We begin tonight with a story that has sent shockwaves through the global music industry, involving a talent once hailed as a child prodigy who is now systematically dismantling the very machine that created her. In a year defined by digital perfection and synthetic stars, Angelina Jordan has emerged in 2026 as a figure of intense fascination and, for some, genuine concern. As she moves further away from the jazz standards that made her a household name in Oslo, the young artist is stepping into a darker, more complex spotlight. This isn't just a career transition, it's a full-scale rebellion against the corporate structures of Los Angeles. For the first time, we're seeing the cracks in the polished image, revealing a songwriter who is willing to risk everything for total creative autonomy. But as she navigates this new independent path, questions remain about the high price she's paying for her freedom and the powerful interests that may be working behind the scenes to quiet her revolution. The industry thought they could mold her into the next generic pop icon, but they never expected her to strike back with such force. By the start of 2026, the rumors regarding Angelina's departure from Republic Records were finally confirmed, but the details were far more shocking than initially reported. Sources close to the singer suggest that the label was pushing for a sound that relied heavily on current trends, while Angelina insisted on a raw, timeless aesthetic. This tension allegedly reached a breaking point during the production of her latest works, leading to a messy split that saw her walking away from millions in guaranteed revenue. To the public, it was a bold move for independence. To industry insiders, it was an unprecedented defiance of the big label system. Since going independent, Angelina has been vocal about the suffocating nature of modern contracts, implying that her earlier years were spent under a level of control that she is no longer willing to tolerate. This decision has turned her into a polarizing figure within the business, a hero to independent creators but a risk to the traditional power players who thrive on artist compliance. The fallout has left many wondering if she can survive the competitive landscape without the massive marketing engine of a major label behind her, or if her exposed truth will eventually lead to her being sidelined by the very platforms she needs to thrive. While the music captured the world's attention, it was the hidden hand behind the lyrics that began to spark a series of intense speculations. As the tracks for her 2026 project, Secret of the Soul, began to climb the charts, investigators noticed a recurring theme that felt far more mature than anything Angelina had written previously. It was eventually revealed that her grandmother, Mery Zamani, serves as a primary lyrical architect, creating a unique family-driven creative hub. However, this revelation hasn't come without controversy. Some critics have questioned the intensity of these lyrics, wondering if a young artist should be carrying such heavy, often soul-crushing themes of ancient grief and spiritual longing. Rumors have even surfaced regarding the Zamani family's tight grip on Angelina's public image, with some suggesting that her independence from the label was actually a shift toward a much more private family-controlled empire. This dynamic has added a layer of mystery to her persona, as fans try to decipher which parts of the music are Angelina's own experiences and which are the inherited stories of a previous generation. In an era where every artist is revealed through social media, Angelina remains an enigma, rarely giving interviews and letting the cryptic, poetic words of her grandmother speak for her. This shadowy approach to fame has only served to increase her mystique, making every new release feel like a secret message being passed to her most loyal followers, while the mainstream media struggles to find a way inside her inner circle. Behind the neon lights of the Las Vegas Strip, a total media blackout has left fans and journalists demanding answers about what is really happening on stage. Her 2026 residency at the Westgate was supposed to be the crowning achievement of her independent era, but it quickly became one of the most guarded events in modern entertainment history. Attendees have reported a level of security usually reserved for heads of state, with all mobile devices being permanently locked in signal-blocking pouches and a strictly enforced no-recording policy. This has led to a flurry of shocking rumors, ranging from claims that Angelina is performing secret, unreleased material meant for a private documentary, to darker whispers about her health and safety concerns. Why would an artist at the peak of her powers hide her most important performances? Some insiders suggest that these shows are being used to record a revolutionary live album that captures her voice without any digital interference, while others believe the blackout is a response to ongoing threats that have plagued her since her legal battles began. Whatever the case, the lack of footage has created a mythic status for the residency. Those who were there speak of a spiritual experience, while those on the outside are left to piece together the truth from fragmented reports. This calculated exclusion of the digital world is a risky gamble in 2026, but for Angelina, it seems to be part of a larger strategy to reclaim the sacred nature of live performance from a culture that records everything but feels nothing. As the legal pressure mounted, Angelina's sudden disappearance from the public eye led many to fear that she had finally been silenced by the system. The legal record from early 2026 shows a complex web of litigation, including a high-profile settlement with NRK that had been looming for years. But the revealed court documents were only the tip of the iceberg. Reports surfaced of accusations involving contractual breaches and intellectual property disputes that forced her to maintain a low profile for several months. During this dark period, social media was flooded with speculation. Was she quitting the industry, or had she been offed from the charts by powerful enemies? The truth was less dramatic but equally concerning. She was essentially in a legal lockdown, unable to release new content while the terms of her independence were being scrutinized by high-priced attorneys. There were even mentions of safety protocols being put in place after she allegedly received unnerving messages from individuals unhappy with her public stance against industry giants. This exposed a vulnerable side of the independent movement. Without a major label to provide security and legal muscle, Angelina was standing alone against an army of suits. When she finally re-emerged, she seemed different, harder, more focused, and less willing to play the sweet jazz girl role that the world fell in love with on AGT. The battle had clearly left its mark, and her March 2026 album would serve as the ultimate response to those who tried to break her spirit. While other stars are embracing the AI takeover, Angelina has formed a secret alliance to ensure that the human soul remains at the center of the industry. Her partnership with Toby Gad has become the cornerstone of her 2026 organic movement. In a revealed memo from the studio sessions, Gad reportedly stated that they would not use a single synthetic note on the entire album, a move that is practically unheard of in the current musical climate. This war on the machines has made Angelina a target for tech-heavy production houses who see her soul over silicon mantra as a threat to their business models. There have been accusations that her team is being elitist, but for Angelina it is a matter of artistic survival. She has seen friends in the industry lose their creative spark to algorithms, and she refuses to let her velvet voice be quantized or fixed in a computer. This shocking commitment to raw talent has forced listeners to confront the hollow nature of modern hits. The tension reached a peak when a leaked demo of her singing "The Day I Chose You" went viral. It was completely unedited, including the sound of her breathing and the raw emotion in her tone. It was an exposed moment that proved perfection is boring, and that the world is starving for something real. By aligning herself with legends like Gad, she is building a fortress of authenticity that is becoming increasingly difficult for the mainstream pop machine to ignore or replicate. The final verdict on the 2026 Secret of Love era suggests that Angelina Jordan isn't just a singer but a survivor in a world designed to exploit her. As we conclude this report, the shocking truth is that Angelina Jordan has managed to do what very few artists in history have achieved. She transitioned from a viral sensation to a serious artist while maintaining her integrity in a difficult environment. Her 2026 journey has been a masterclass in defiance. From the mystery of her grandmother's lyrics to the shadowy halls of her Vegas residency, she has dictated the terms of her own fame. The accusations and legal hurdles have only served to reveal her strength, and her music has become a shield against the toxic elements of the fame game. As her album Secret of Love continues to dominate the underground and mainstream charts alike, one thing is clear. The girl who once sang jazz standards on a small stage in Norway is now the architect of a new musical era. Whether she is exposed to more controversy or continues to hide behind her mysterious veil, her voice remains an unstoppable force. The world is watching to see what her next move will be, but if 2026 has taught us anything, it's that Angelina Jordan will always be the one holding the cards, and the secret to her success is a soul that simply cannot be bought, sold, or silenced.